Chapter 18 Disposal of Waste. Topics covered: waste, types of waste, disposing waste, at home, in school, reducing, reusing and recycling waste, that is, the 3 R's. In the neighborhood, waste disposal in cities and towns. Neatness and cleanliness is the mother of health. We all like to live in neat and clean surroundings. It is our need. Nobody wants to live in dirty and unhealthy surroundings. Waste. Waste is another name of garbage. Things that are no longer required is called waste or garbage. All living things generate waste. Man, however, produces maximum waste. Waste affects the environment and spoils the whole surroundings. Man produces different types of waste at home, like we cut and peel fruits, vegetables, cook food and clean and wash our house. Other than kitchen waste, there are empty bottles, wrappers, packets of food grains, old clothes, damaged machines like mixer, phone, etc., which are also waste. Nature reuses all of her own waste. For example, dead leaves, paper, leftover food decompose to provide nutrients to plants. Types of waste. Waste is of two types: biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. Biodegradable waste. Some types of waste break down into smaller parts and mix with the soil. Such waste is called biodegradable waste. Leftover food, leaves, agricultural waste and wood shavings are some such waste. Non-biodegradable waste. Solid waste that does not mix with the soil is called non-biodegradable waste. All plastic bags and products, foil, glass, metals and electrical wastes are non-biodegradable waste. This waste harms our environment. It does not break down and mix with the soil. Disposing waste. Disposing waste is a big problem. It cannot be thrown into a water body as it will pollute it. It cannot be burnt as it will pollute air. If it is buried, it would pollute the land, soil and underground water. If it is allowed to remain, it would cause foul smell and serious health-related problems. Hence, we should dispose of wastes properly. We can dispose of waste in many ways. Recycling is the best way to reduce waste. We generate a lot of waste every day, but only some of it is sent for recycling. Most of it is buried in landfills or incinerated. At home. At home, it is our duty to follow some simple methods to help in the management of waste. Do not litter here and there. Throw the garbage always in the dustbin. In school, throw all the waste in dustbins. With the help of the gardener in your school, make a compost pit to turn biodegradable waste into manure that can be used for the school lawns. Suggest to your canteen in charge that though thermocol or plastic cups are cheaper and convenient, they are not eco-friendly. This means that they do not decompose easily. It would be better to use reusable crockery. Reducing, reusing and recycling waste, the 3 Rs. The best method of waste control is to follow the rule of the 3 Rs: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Reduce. We must buy only those things that we need and can use. When we buy too many vegetables, some of them might rot and increase the amount of garbage in our house. Here are some ways to reduce waste. Avoid buying things with lots of packaging material. Avoid throwing away products like plastic cups, glass, and tins. Use a steel plate instead of a paper plate. Reuse. Reusing means using those items again that otherwise would have been thrown away as waste. Reusing saves money and puts waste to good use. Here are some ways of reusing items. We can reuse empty glass or plastic jars for storing things such as pickles and dals. We can use biscuit and cheese tins for keeping things such as clips, buttons, and needles. We can give the clothes and the toys we do not use to the needy. Recycle. Recycling means converting used items into raw material and then making new products from it. We can use these new products again. A good example is recycling paper. Recycling paper. Old newspapers and notebooks are collected by a kabadiwala. Waste paper is brought to recycling factories. Here it is converted into pulp. Paper mills convert this pulp into paper again. Some factories make paper products like cards, paper flowers, paper plates, notebook papers, and paper bags from recycled paper. In the neighborhood. We throw our waste in the neighborhood dump. A truck from the municipal corporation comes and carries away the garbage. It is usually dumped in open grounds outside the city. But this creates health and sanitation problems as these areas become breeding grounds for germs. Instead of this, the local bodies can dispose of waste by more eco-friendly methods. Domestic garbage can be dumped into deep pits and then covered with soil. These pits are known as landfills. With the passage of time, the waste becomes manure and can be used in fields. Disposal of waste can also be done by burning wastes in big furnaces known as incinerators. The liquid waste should be carried to special water treatment plants where the water is filtered and treated with chemicals. Only then should water be released in waste disposal in cities and towns. Once the waste is collected from homes and neighborhoods, it is put in sanitary landfills. Deep pits are dug in the ground and are filled with biodegradable waste. When the pit becomes full, it is covered with a thick layer of soil. Generally, when we cross a landfill in a city, we get a foul smell. Sometimes, vermicomposting of biodegradable wastes is done. Pits are dug in the ground and are filled with biodegradable waste. Earthworms are introduced in the pits. A.